Once you defeat all 4 great souls, you are finally free to go to Drangleic Castle. The first problem here is that some people might not remember you need to go to the Shaded Woods branching path for this, and there's no clear indicator or reminder that you need to do that. After a bit of walk, you reach the Black Castle where 2 Mammoth's men await you for some reason, as well as the Emerald Herald. Seeing her leave Majula to wait for us at key locations is really cool, and it isn't something we have seen in other Souls games that much with the other level up characters, apart from like Melina in Elden Ring, obviously. And I guess you see the Firekeeper in Dark Souls 3 leave her spot in Firelink Shrine at the end of the game, but that's a one-time thing. Then to enter the castle, you need to kill infinitely respawning out of nowhere soldiers to make the golem awaken so they can open the door. That mechanic is really cool. It isn't used in the game elsewhere, it's just in Drangleic Castle. I think it's a cool mechanic, I like it a lot. Although the enemies respawning from a hole in the castle wall is really weird. I understand the point. If you don't kill enough enemies, and if there is a limited amount of enemies, that means you have to go back to a bonfire and walk back here to be able to open the door. I know it's to guarantee players to not get soft-locked, but they could have done things differently. Because seeing soldiers come out of a literal hole in the wall is weird, and it kind of breaks the immersion, I'm not gonna lie. The problem is that you need to be close enough to a golem when killing an enemy, otherwise it won't do anything at all, and the golem will remain asleep. One solution for that would be to up the distance at which the golem can be affected by the souls of the enemies you kill. Once inside, we meet another flaw of this place, which is the architecture. Now, we didn't see as much in previous areas, but in Drangleic Castle and in the Elumlois DLC, the architecture is very bland. Like, it's just the same walls all over the place inside, copy-pasted 1,000 times probably, and there's no personality to them. There's no crack, there's no decoration. It's really empty, and compare that to other Souls games, it feels really weird, and again it kills the atmosphere. It also makes the area very forgettable. Now, on our way through the castle, 2 things marked me as very good. The first is fighting the Rune Sentinels again. Their boss fight was really good, and meeting them again here, it feels good. You're fighting them again, and you can see how much stronger you are. It's a good use of a reused boss. We also get to meet the Executioner's Chariot, as well as a bunch of enemies from every area before this point. So it's the same as the Rune Sentinel. Fighting all those enemies again feels great. You see how far you have come, and you get to do a bunch of cool fights throughout the castle, even if some fights aren't super great, like the Gargoyles or Executioner's Chariot. But overall, I think it's a really good idea. Oh, and there is also this cool painting I found. Now, there are 2 boss fights in this area. The first one is the Twin Dragon Riders. Now, this fight is nothing new. The Dragon Riders are still dragonless, but the combination of both is pretty good, surprisingly. One is melee, the other is range. It's not very hard, but it feels good. It feels like a good boss fight. Now, I don't know why the ranged Dragon Rider has so little health. That's really weird, but whatever. Fight is good, actually. It's okay. It's not very hard, and if you compare that to other bosses in the Souls series, well, of course it's not that great, but it's just good. Even by DS2 standards, it's good. Alone, the Dragon Rider is a piece of cake, but alongside another one of his kind of shooting arrows at you, it ups the tension, which makes the fight more tense and better. Now, right before this fight, we also meet Nashandra for the first time, who totally seems like a really nice person. Meeting important character feels good. It also adds to the feeling that we've accomplished a lot. When we hear the Emerald Herald tells us, oh, you need to meet Vendrick, you need to meet the king, and now we're here at Drangleic Castle meeting his wife. It helps cement the world where we are, and it's just good to feel that we've come a long way. And it's basically the entire point of this place, which I think was not only a good idea, but the execution is good. It's really good. And it's a breath of fresh air because this area is not short like the previous ones, it's pretty long, the mechanics are cool, the throwbacks are also cool, lore is cool, world is cool. Overall, this area, I'm gonna spoil you the end of the video, it's really good, so I'm gonna give it a good note, you can expect that. And what makes this area even better is that at the end of the castle, we get to fight the Mirror Knight. This boss design is good because it's a knight, and you know, a boss that is just a knight, well, there are a lot of knight bosses in the Soul series, but this one is probably one of the more original ones, because, well, he has a sword and a shield and an armor, but his shield is a mirror, and not only that, it reflects every damage you try to deal to it, and it has a second phase where it literally summons another player through the mirror, or I guess an NPC if you're playing offline. Now, added to that, his moveset is more complex than most previous bosses. He can use lightning attacks, he positions himself so that it's annoying to hit him thanks to the mirror. Once he summons the other NPC to fight us, the fight becomes, well, theoretically it becomes much harder, but also you can kill the NPC pretty quickly. Now, this is really cool honestly, and I wish we had more crazy ideas like that in Dark Souls 2 or in gaming in general. And I know Dark Souls 2 has a lot of original ideas, but a lot of them they didn't go far enough with it, or the implementation was just bad. Here I think it's really good. Once you kill the summon, ending the night is not too hard to do. The boss is cool, but his moveset is still not super crazy, you know, it's not Fume Knight. So it's good, not super hard, it's just good. And although I defeated him very easily, I really like this fight. Bonus points for the mirror blocking all your attacks and forcing you to be careful about your positioning. That's a great point. Overall, the mechanics used in Drangleic Castle are great. Getting to fight old enemies again feels good. Bosses are also good, even if one of them is a bunch of reused bosses, it's still good. The combination of two Dragon Riders is good. Only thing bringing down this place is the bad architecture. And I don't mean to say it's ugly, but it's not very original. There's no personality to the place. The walls are all the same everywhere. No decoration, nothing on them. It's just poor in terms of details. And it breaks the immersion, which is sad. Elomlois also has this problem in the third Dark Souls 2 DLC. We'll talk about that when we reach that point. But for now I have to say, Drangleic Castle is one of the best areas in Dark Souls 2, despite the bad architecture. Everything else in there is great. And I'm giving this area an 8 out of 10. Now, for a remake, I would change the environment to make the area more marking or remarkable or great to go through. I think that's the top priority. Adding a way to know where we need to go to come here also seems important, because once you defeat all 4 Great Souls, there's nothing that tells you to go back to the branching paths in the Shaded Woods. If you don't already know it, or if you don't stumble upon it by chance, you might never know how to get here. Now, as for the rest, the enemy encounters are fine, so I wouldn't change anything about that. Maybe up the radius of the golem, you know, the detection radius, where it can pick up the souls to wake up and open some gates here and there. And maybe fixing the hole in the wall at the entrance of the castle, I think that would be a good start. So yeah, as I said, I give this area an 8 out of 10. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye!